good listeners? Welcome to a good bonus. We are hurtling toward 100 episodes, but this is the good bonus. So let me get back to that for a second. There's an actual brand new episode up. Have you listened to it? Go listen to that after you finish listening to this, or go listen to that and come back and listen to this. But as I was saying, we are hurtling toward episode number 100, and I thought to myself, wouldn't it be fun to go back and talk with some of our favorite guests, our most popular shows? And the first twosome I reached out to when thinking of this, because you know I love cookies, are the guys from Cookies for Caregivers. Jeremy and Scott are back with me. Gentlemen, hello.
Hello, Steve. Thanks for having us back again. We're honored.
No, I'm honored to have you. And the last time we spoke was April of 2021. I think we can all agree the world was a little bit different. So let's just do a little catch up here. Scott, tell everybody at the time when you started, what was Cookies for Caregivers and the mission? And then I'm going to have Jeremy jump in and catch us up as to where we are now. So Scott, start there. Catch everybody up. What is Cookies for Caregivers? What's the mission? What was the mission when you started? Go for it.
Well, Cookies for Caregivers was started because I was hungry. I had been furloughed from my job because of the pandemic, and I was sitting at home trying to figure out what my next chapter would be, and thinking makes me hungry. So I decided I was going to make some cookies. Usually I go to the store, I buy a roll of dough, and I split them up into quarters, and I eat 3 of them and bake 1. But this time I decided, you know what? Life is throwing me a curveball. Let's go ahead and not bail out of the box. Let's go ahead and swing. So I grabbed the cookbook and made cookies on my own from scratch. Jeremy noticed a Facebook post that that ensued after the cookies, challenged me to a bake-off. We decided to have our local mayor judge whose cookies was the best. We left the cookies for the local police force. And as we both left City Hall that day, we kind of thought, you know what? I think something just clicked. There was a lot of people who were terrified to go to work. There was a lot of people who thought, gee, this could be the end of me. This pandemic is terrible. It's affecting people's lives. It's ending people's lives. It's ending people's careers. And Jeremy and I kind of both saw everything circling the bowl. And we thought, you know what? Cookies make everybody happy. It's a nonpartisan treat. So let's start baking and thanking people for showing up for work. Because at that point, it was a heroic effort just to show up for work. So we started delivering cookies every week to essential workers, first responders. And then Jeremy and I kind of looked at each other and said, you know, who isn't essential? You know, everybody is essential. So fast forward, we're just shy of 8,000 dozen that we've delivered just in our local community. And there have been, at one point, at our highest point, over 100 other groups just like us throughout the country, probably delivering about 1,000 dozen per week for the better part of a year. That's a lot of people being thanked for what they do. And I think our overall goal was to make the world a little kinder, to show people who may not think they were seen that they have been seen and appreciated. And I think that is a mission that still has resonance and still has a voice today.
Jeremy, where are we now in the world of Cookies for Caregivers? I thought one of you's a math teacher. Did I get that right? And what's the total number? Come on, math guys. Also, what is going on now, today, present with Cookies for Caregivers? Go for it, Jeremy.
Well, I am far from a math teacher. I am an English/reading teacher,
okay.
But I still can do some numbers, and I can use a calculator. But as Scott said, we are looking at my files that I keep and have been keeping since the start. We're 2+ years into this. Scott and I and our group here in Huntingdon have not slowed down a bit. And we have 7,841 dozen cookies that have been baked and delivered. That is a total of 94,000 cookies total.
Just in your town?
Just in our town, just in Huntington, small town, Huntington, Pennsylvania. Our next, big goal that we're striving for, obviously, is the 100,000 cookies total. And as Scott said, if we're looking at an average of, or at one point, some groups across the country, we don't like to say have disbanded, but their groups have slowed down. People have gotten back to work. Times have improved greatly since we started this, but we definitely want to reach the 100,000 cookie mark. But that's a lot of cookies that are being baked, that are being delivered. Scott mentioned that he was hungry 2 years ago. I also am hungry on a daily basis, and I love to eat cookies. People are hungry for cookies, but people are hungry for kindness. People are hungry for just being nice, and showing that appreciation, not just for the first responders that we initially started out with, but we are doing this, and the other groups are doing this now, just as a sign of and a token of appreciation for going out each day, going to work, and doing your job, and being a great community member. And again, as we've said all along, if this is the one simple way that Scott, myself, and our community members here can show that and to express that, and we know by looking at Facebook daily and seeing the deliveries and the positive messages that are out there, we have in fact made a difference greatly.
I think one of the things the pandemic did, and it was very difficult for many of us, right, is that it separated us. And what you two did is actually bring people together. So Scott, I want to ask you, have you made friendships in the last 2 years that feel like true friendships that might not even be in Pennsylvania, but through Cookies for Caregivers all over the country from other bakers?
Well, absolutely, Steve. You and I both know one of those folks. She's her name is Cheryl, and she works with our Cookies for Caregivers group out of Los Angeles. And there would have been no reason for me ever to know her or her to know me, but she seemed to connect with our message and our mission. I was out visiting family not too long ago in California, and she and I got together with our families and shared an afternoon. And that's, we need more of that. The country, the world, humanity needs more of those accidental friendships that aren't that difficult to arrange. There's a lot of folks here in town. Jeremy and I will walk into a social setting and people don't know our names, but they'll just say, "Hey, it's a cookie guy."
That's awesome.
And that's, that's what a compliment. People ask us sometimes, "Gee, do you think that, you've been doing this 2 years? Hasn't it been long enough? And don't you think that, people are now becoming accustomed and counting on you showing up and maybe not appreciating it as much as they used to?" And good grief, I hope so. Wouldn't it be wonderful if we decided to consider kindness to be something to be expected and not something to be surprised by? There's always been kind of at least for me, I appreciate all the publicity that our efforts have gained because it puts a spotlight on the need to be kind. But maybe our mission will finally be accomplished when this isn't anything special. This is just what's expected. And I hope that day happens at some point. We're going to add a new wrinkle this summer to our delivery days. I've arranged some donations of cases of water, and I'm going to put a couple of coolers in the back of my car. And as we deliver cookies, if we see a road crew out there working the asphalt, if we see people out there sweating to the oldies, getting their work done, stop by, open up the cooler, and spread some waters around. Just another way to say thank you to people. So there's an endless ways for us to show respect to each other, and good grief, I hope that carries through.
I like to almost say it's an addiction that we have to do the things that we're doing. Like Scott mentioned with the addition of the water, like he and I, this has become a part of our lives, and it's something I don't like to miss out on. We don't like to miss out on it. We're proud in the fact that we can say that we have been a part of this every single week since we started. And it's an addiction. It's an addiction to this group. It's an addiction to doing great things for this community. And it's addiction. And it's truly an addiction to want to, just do kind things and good things for others. And it's spreading, it's spread across our country with the other groups. And we can see it in our community where people truly appreciate what we're doing. They're excited to see us when we walk in their place of business. And we've already seen other groups and other people in town sort of catching on and doing having their own wrinkle with something similar. It's just it truly is addicting and fun and not hard and costless, to be kind.
All right, Scott, tell everybody where they can find out more about Cookies for Caregivers.
Well, we certainly have a big social media presence on Facebook at Cookies for Caregivers, Instagram, and Twitter. So you can check out all three of the social media vehicles there. We're working on a website so that we can share the story. We've got a couple of other projects in the wind here, so we'll hopefully get those planted and see them bear fruit. But right now, find us on Facebook, and don't be surprised. You're going to find 15 or 20 other groups called Cookies for Caregivers. Those are our brethren throughout the country, and thrilled to have them aboard.
I'm thrilled to know both of you guys. You guys just need to know you are in the top 10 of all time of all my episodes. And that is over 90 episodes at this point. So you are very popular. As I've said before, people love cookies. If you are listening and you haven't heard the original episode, go back to April 7th, 2021 in the episode guide, and you will find Cookies Gone Good, including the Cookie Monster himself, singing a little song that I hopefully no one will ever find out about, that I don't get sued for licensing. Gentlemen, it is a pleasure as always. We will talk again soon. I thank you, and keep making cookies. And just so you know, I think I might start like a little insulin business on the side, because I could team up with you, right? I mean,
yes.
There's no reason why, if we're giving out water and you're giving out cookies, I should be giving out insulin just in case.
Well, we've also had the challenge of maybe renaming our group Calories for Caregivers.
Right? Great to talk to you both. Thanks for coming on.
Steve, thank you so much.
Thank you, Steve. Take care.